Hey, what's up? It's Zach, and in this video I'm going to show you how I create some of my glitch effects in Adobe Photoshop. The footage from this is actually just me working on a project. So I already have my vector art done. If you want to see how I created that, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm pasting this into a 10 by 10 inch document, 300 dpi. The first thing I'm going to do in most of this stuff, like anything I do in Photoshop, is going to be convert my layer to a smart object. That way I can go in and edit it if I need to. And then I create a duplicate of that layer, and then I go to Filter, Distort, Waves. I already had some settings up on there. I'm not even really sure like what that was from. I just thought it looked cool right away. So at this point I'm going to create a layer from a pattern, and then I'm going to use that pattern layer to mask the layer with the waves effect on it. And I created those patterns a while back in Adobe Illustrator just with making a bunch of rectangles and duplicating them over and over, which wouldn't be hard to do at all like if you're trying to replicate this type of effect. But if you do want the exact patterns that I use, those are available on my Patreon. I'll leave a link to that in the description. I'm loading in that pattern file right now. And after I do that, I'm going to hold Alt in between the pattern layer and the layer with the waves effect on it, and that's going to create a clipping mask where we just see the parts that are over the pattern. So yeah, I go ahead and put that in a folder. Pretty much what I'm going to do with this layer is create a mask on it, and then I'm going to brush out any of the sections that don't need to be there. Like, you wouldn't really want like a huge glitch over eye or something, because if you're creating artwork beforehand that's fairly detailed, you want as much of that detail to stay there, but you also want some like random stuff to happen, or at least I do. So I go in and in a non-destructive way, that's why I create a mask. I erase out a bunch of the like sections that don't look as good and try to just keep like any of the glitch things that look good to me. And that's how I use the same patterns over and over, and it doesn't necessarily look the same every time because I cut out different sections each time with this clipping effect. So right now I'm scrolling through color presets, and this is under the color lookup adjustment layer. This is a really good way to kind of just get an kind of tone of color right away, and then a lot of times I'll end up like messing with it quite a bit. Like, I'll change levels after and stuff like that, and I'll even change the opacity of the color lookup layer. But it's a really great way to kind of just flip through color ideas and not really like try some stuff out that you may not have thought of before. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go and actually change the levels like I said. I think I just flip through presets again. A lot of times I use the little buttons on the little eye droplets on the side where I select like the darkest and the lightest. That's pretty helpful, but my white was staying white here and my black was staying black, so I was really just worried about the reds and the blues. And once again, if you're interested in seeing how I created the actual artwork and got the vector to bring in originally, check out the video in the description. It's a full time-lapse slash walkthrough of what I did when I created this. And if you have any questions on something I did in this video or that video, or something that you're not sure how the thought process behind, I'd be more than welcome to answer any questions in the comments. Just ask away. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm using a clipping mask to kind of get rid of some of the sections that I don't want as much. I don't want it to look super cluttered. I kind of want the glitches to look like they're coming off of that frame, in the black frame in the background. So I use a clipping mask and marquee and eraser to just get rid of some of those sections. And honestly, this is the part that takes the longest, because you can spend a lot of time getting super detailed with like erasing stuff and making sure that no detail of your original artwork is covered up that you don't want to be covered up. So it's definitely great to take your time here. And I tried to hurry as much as possible, but it still kind of takes me a second to erase all these little pieces. So yeah, I quit recording and edited a little more of the levels, and I think I may have even used a different color lookup later when I finalized this image, but same process. I was just kind of hurrying because I was recording. And if you want to see any more of my work, be sure to check it out on Instagram at zcounts, and thanks for checking out the video.